Right, so guys, check this out. An uncomfortable conversation about Cody Co by D'Angelo Wallace really put the entire commentary and YouTube sphere on notice about what's going on with Cody Co. Now, this has been a thing for a minute. It's been a thing for a minute. We've heard about this here on this stream, talked about it a little bit, but apparently there's even more information in this video about Cody Co. Now, I will preface this right now. I flipping love Cody Co. Okay? Literally one of my favorite content creators. One of the content creators I've watched for the longest amount of time. I personally have unfollowed him everywhere, unsubscribed. I don't personally feel comfortable supporting someone in this scenario right now. Maybe if Cody Co comes out and goes, hey, it's been 8 years. I've learned a lot. I was a piece of human garbage then, and I am disgusted with myself. And maybe some way I'll be like, okay, I rock with Cody Co. Now, that's my personal view. Everybody got their own. Okay, YouTube frogs watching after the fact. If you guys want to watch the original video, it'll be the first link in the description. Feel free to check it out there. But if you stick around for my commentary / reaction as well, heck yeah, dude. Appreciate you. Feel free to drop a sub and a like. All right, without further ado, dude, let's flippin' tap in, okay? Let's flippin' tap in. Let's find out what's been going on. I've been waiting to watch this on stream.
All right, Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury the story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now that I only found out about it recently. The situation has been talked about by smaller channels.
Yeah, we watched Lewis talk about it. That's we watch it, and then I yapped for like 40 minutes. Like literally 40 minutes more on top of what Lewis had to say. Who else is here? Jake Doolittle. I feel like I've watched Jake Doolittle before, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Lewis. Highly recommend Lewis McClung. Absolute G. Absolute G chat. Anybody that doesn't already know, YouTube viewers that don't already know, tap in. He is one of the best up-and-coming commentary YouTubers, in my personal opinion. Why can't we choose Cody Co? Oh, chase Cody Co with torches and pitchforks? I like that, dude. Who wants the pitchforks? Who wants the torches? That's typical Chris stream. It's a yap fest. Amen. You get it.
Channels. It's been discussed at length on other platforms, and it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this Rolling Stone article.
Oh, yeah, I saw this the other day, right before this video came out.
Or this H3 podcast discussion. But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
A lot of people.
Dude, this is crazy because this video literally like went. How many views does this have? Oh yeah, it's got 2.1 million views, 216,000 likes. This video went stupid, and now everyone is like aware of this. Moist Critical made a video, Oopaville made a video, but this video like basically blew the lid off of this thing. Insane, dude. We'll probably check out some of the aftermath maybe. But yeah, it's crazy. I've been seeing all over the place. I've literally been like holding off watching it the last few days while I've been just working on photos and stuff.
People like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental gymnastic to just ignore it.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If like I didn't have like very much of like a I don't know what the word I'm looking for here, like empathetic progression of my viewpoint of the world, I'd probably be like, no, dude, it's fine. It was like, you know, maybe she lied about her age or like something like that. Like I would definitely like 18-year-old me would have been like, yo, nah, I'm still gonna watch Cody Co. He's gonna say something about it. But now being who I am and realizing like, also I think probably maturity and like age obviously comes with that too. Is just like, I'm 23 now, and if I was in a relationship thinking about pursuing pursuing someone that's 17, like, disgusts me, you know? The more he just doesn't say anything and keeps this quiet, it looks worse and worse for him. Yeah, he's got to do something. I think he will say something when it really affects his numbers on social media. Yeah, I think it is starting to. Because, like, when I unfollowed him the other day, I, like, looked at his comment sections, and it was, like, people being like, dude, I've, like, followed you for, like, 10 years. Like, this is so sad. I'm, like, upset about this, but I gotta unfollow you. Like, it's crazy. The fact she had her age confirmed to him by Gabby, though, low-key means that argument would go out the window. Ugh, yeah, like, yeah. And I know people don't like Gabby Hanna, especially now, but around that time, she was at least somewhat, like, stable and somewhat respected, you know?
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the way the situation keeps popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mongeau is a YouTube personality with a history of lies, controversy, and genuinely problematic behavior that's become so entangled with her brand that her podcast is called Cancelled with Tana Mongeau. And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my God, no one look at me, Cody. I can say that. I was literally 17.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy she said both of these things back to back. Back to back? Yeah, brother, you're done. Yeah. It's over. Yeah.
You've ever had sex with?
Oh my God, no one look at me, Cody. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that.
This clip started making the rounds and people were understandably perturbed because if Tana Mongeau was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear,
See, I didn't even know that Tana Mongeau was that young. I thought that she was like 28, 29 now. So, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. In my head, I was like, not doing math quickly enough. I also thought that Cody was like 30, 31. So I was like, wait, what were the ages like then? Like when it first came out. And then somebody was like, she was 17, he was 25. I was like, yo, what? If I was younger, I think I could have been like, oh, it's not true because that girl is always in drama or something. Yeah. But now being near his age when it happened, it's like, ew, the fuck, that was a kid, bro? Yeah, literally.
Clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that Tana Mongeau is accusing you of statutory rape, and she's not trying to hide that.
This isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse, like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
I grew up loving him, and I think you know what I mean? Like, I was just like excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings.
Ooh, yeah, that power dynamic is uncomfortable as hell. Not like uncomfortable for them, but like to think about, like her viewing him in that light. And that also going in, like, and playing into that whole situation. Ooh, not a good look.
About this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like, I would kill. I would never let it fly.
These recent allegations are bad enough on their own, but there are a couple of things that make them worse still. Things that many people don't know yet, but you do. You know that Tana has been making this same specific claim against you for years now. Here she is back in 2021 saying the same thing.
I was 17 at the time, 18. I started kind of hooking up with other people. Shout out JC Kalen, shout out Cody Co.
But what lends the most credibility to Tana's claims, and what is really the most damning thing for you, Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. See, I read the Rolling Stone article, I watched the YouTube videos about this, and they all missed something. And I understand why. The clip I'm about to show you is extremely hard to find. The original has been lost to time, and it's a wonder we have this on video at all. But
No way.
if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really bad. People make accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to.
I don't think people clocked that one video because she said I was 17, 18 and hooking up with people. Yeah. Or hooked up with people. Yeah. I can see that going over, especially if it was like 2021. It was like like a lot of this shit was less relevant than I feel like, or like at least at the time Tana Mojo was like, I feel like at closer to her height of like controversy and just like lying and whatnot. And also she said 17, 18. So like people could have been like, well, maybe she meant just 18, you know, you don't know. So like that definitely could have flown way under the radar. But I think it adds merit to this now.
To prove or disprove, unfortunate as that may be. But when somebody makes an allegation and they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out, that's not something I can just ignore. In a situation that cannot be proven, corroboration by a third party goes a long way. And frankly, Cody, the allegations against you seem to have been corroborated. But instead of researching to find these answers like I did, many of your fans seem far more interested in attacking your accuser.
I have seen so many comments, but what was she wearing? It's Tana, so who cares? Well, it's Tana Mojo.
The reaction to this has been unsurprising but incredibly disappointing, demanding proof that they know she can't provide, acting like she's only doing this to gain clout or ruin you somehow, despite the fact that she's never once put your name in a video title over this. Or worst of all, implying that a 17-year-old could have truly consented to any of this. But let's be clear about one thing. That is not the case. No amount of retroactive age calculations or what ifs.
No, shut up, bro. Anybody that says this fucking take is a fucking weirdo, bro. The narrative of me is so insane. I was 17 years old, 364 days, a child, but 18 years old is an adult. So 1 minute it's the R word, but then the very next minute it's not? Dude, you need your shit checked, dog. You need a mental eval and you need your fucking hard drives checked. I don't get it, dude. Ooh, I don't get it. I don't understand. Dude, it's the same fucking argument with Dr. Disrespect. Like, bro, fuck off. That's not, like, no. Neither of these scenarios was the person 17 years old, 364 days, okay? Bro, no. That's not what happened, brother.
Scenarios change the fact.
Wait. Let me I don't read the second comment. True, but it's what I am under the impression on. She was 17 and her day is June 24th, 1998. The supposed date they had sex was the first or second week of May. Regardless, why is the man always at fault in these situations? The law says consent and Callie is 18. However, she wasn't order or force. Therefore, she gave consent at the time. Whether it was legal for her to do so isn't all Cody's fault. Yo, bro. I don't know if this is like giving like older, right? But like I don't know if this person's like younger and they don't really get it. But like genuinely, bro, I don't know. Maybe my brain chemistry is wrong. But as a 23-year-old, I couldn't imagine hooking up with a 17-year-old. And Cody Co was 2 years older than me right now, hooking up with a 17-year-old. Yeah, it would have been different if Cody was 18, she was 17, he was 25. Yes. I think even if Cody was like 19 and she was 17, I think there would still be like some, like, I think he could just be like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, at the time, I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. And obviously, I'm a changed person now. It was 8 years ago. Like, I think that's way more excusable. But, like, 25 and 17. She was also his fan. She saw him as someone over her. Power imbalance. Yeah, that's, like, the big thing. For sure. Okay, let's say that argument became valid. He was still older, still a power imbalance. What the fuck? True. Yeah, absolutely. Even if she was like 18 and he's 25, it's still a little weird. Like, straight up, not like, you know, not cancelable weird, all right? And I'm not a big fan of cancel culture. I'm not even a fan of cancel culture, but I think Cody Ko should at least be held accountable in this scenario, you know? And if it was 18 and 25, be like, yo, that's a little weird, brother. That's a little weird, you know, a little sus, a little sussy. But yeah, I think this, especially, you know, her being, I mean, maybe she's almost 18, but still, dude, against the law, brother, against the law.
None of retroactive age calculations or what if scenarios change the fact that what Tana described would be, objectively speaking, a crime. A crime which you've said absolutely nothing about. And even if this wasn't illegal, you remember being 25. You would have known then, as I currently know at age 25, that nobody this age should need an explanation for why a 17-year-old is off limits. Because you remember being 17 too. Now, thankfully, Tana's personal experience with this isn't one of trauma. In fact, I've seen people defending you by saying, Tana said she doesn't care, so why should any of us care? But that's not exactly what she was saying.
I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me.
And even if something isn't consciously internalized as an identifiable source of trauma, the body keeps the score.
I know things manifest in ways other than me directly feeling them. Like maybe I don't feel traumatized.
Dude, I can already sense a fucking angry YouTube commenter. One that would usually get so far down into the abstract holes of a comment section on the main video, but on like some dumb react channel like mine is gonna be like near the top. This is gonna be like, what is this stupid, sensitive idiot talking about? Your body clocks the trauma. What is this?
In certain aspects from certain things and other things I do. But, you know, maybe they just manifest in ways other than directly feeling.
The answer to why any of us should care is that a person has tried to come forward about her experience and has been met with the most vitriolic victim blaming I've seen.
Yeah. You just believe any nasty slang with a gapper that says whatever, I guess. I don't know what that means. Yo, what's up, Jay? How's it going, bro? She seems like the cliche party girl who gets wasted drunk doing whatever drug a guy will, six her free, sleeps with anyone who will give her attention, and then later regrets it. She had shit parents who didn't give her the proper love, attention, and care she deserved and need as a child. It's unfortunate, but just because she has childhood trauma doesn't mean we have to believe her or side with her if she willingly slept with him. Yeah, it makes him sleazy, but acting like he is a crazed sex offender is a reach. I don't think anyone's saying that he's like, I mean, well, it was illegal, so maybe people are trying to say that. And honestly, dude, yeah, I mean, dude, it's just like wild to me. Also, dude, why do you feel the need to comment some dumb shit like this? Like you're so close too. She had shit parents who didn't give her the proper love, attention, and care she deserved. You should have wrote that and then been like, why am I attacking her? Why did I say this shitty first part of this sentence? She had a rough upbringing. Okay, she's figuring her shit out. Oh, she was 17. She was a fucking child, dude. Yeah, dog. So now you're fucking victim blaming her. Have you heard that Eminem yells at Cloud song? I've not. What's up, Jay? How's it going, brother? Oh, yeah, dude. Jay, I saw a fucking TikTok about that the other day. I'm going to have to tap in on that. Thank you. W drama collector for me. Thank you, King. I don't know, multiple occasions before and after this happened at the time, which is crazy because he knew way before this shit. Yeah. Even if she were all of that or whatever, men shouldn't take advantage of that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a sleazy thing to do. And somebody should hold him accountable, you know? I think that's the other thing is like people get confused between holding someone accountable and like straight up like calling them like these people are saying that Cody Ko is a rapist or crazed sex offender. And there may be some people that fully believe that and think that he should be held to that point of like, you know, like legal stature, like, you know, this dude should be on a list type of thing. And then I would say there's a good amount of people that are just like, hey, dude, what were you doing? What was going through your head? You need to say something about this. You need to make this right in some way, you know? I think that's a lot of people get lost in between that. It seems like a lot of like what these people are trying to say is like, yo, dude, listen, Tana cannot be, it doesn't matter if Tana's not upset about it. It doesn't matter if she was in your worldview in the wrong some too. Cody was the full ass fucking adult here. He needs to be held accountable because people need to know he's not going to do some shit like this again, you know? If he didn't have a wife or even that he won't do it again. I mean, Cody Ko seems like a nice, I don't know, committed man. So I don't think that would happen, but who knows, dude? We didn't know about any of this until recently, but I would hope that he's, you know, he's a much better person now. Like, I don't think Tana wants him to go to jail, but I do think she wants him to take accountability. Yes. Cody's a man I would be afraid of if I was alone in a room with him, but he should be held accountable for taking advantage of a 17-year-old who idolized him. Yes.
In years, she's been dismissed, discredited, and disbelieved before anybody ever gave her a chance. Because it's Tana, which sets a horrible precedent that if a person runs out of goodwill, they lose the right to come forward with their experiences.
The most traumatizing thing of all of this really was seeing how many people like don't believe people or don't believe me. I feel so bad for all of these young girls because then they see that and then it makes them not want to come forward.
And you, Cody, are part of the reason she's been met with this reaction. Your status as one of YouTube's golden boys has made it possible for you to ignore a situation that almost anyone else would have had to respond to by now.
I know for a fact if you swapped out Cody Ko with someone that like people didn't like that much, I would be receiving so much more.
I think that's why David Dobrik gets away with so much shit and he still has like such a huge platform on Snapchat and on YouTube and everything, is like he was such like a wholesome like golden boy of like YouTube, you know? Like like put in such a high standard. So like when his best friend, like he basically was a part of his best friend taking advantage of, or one of his best friends taking advantage of a girl, or he almost killed Jeff and anything like that, he just wipes his hand clean because a lot of the public sees him as like a golden boy or like a amazing human being, you know, like Cody Ko. Like literally like a lot of the comments were literally like, dude, I've looked up to you for so long, bro. Like you were like one of my favorite creators. You like inspired me, like all this shit. So I think that's like, I think both of them are 100% right. Oh, your shit's cooked. I'm sorry, Josh. Biggest flex is I know who Christian TG92 and don't know who Cody Ko is. Damn. PDF files all need castrated. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. On God, bro. Once him and Liza broke up, David became a worse person. I don't know what else to say about him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. Like, all the, like, when I say all that, I mean, like, all the, like, stuff that went on in the background or, like, his personal, like, who he was as a person before and after that. But, I mean, I could definitely see that, considering the fact a lot of times, like, partners will help, like, hold you to a higher standard and stuff like that. But, yeah, dude, I mean, I also don't know all the inner workings of the David Dobrik situation. I've just watched a couple of video essays about him and then also have heard what Jeff has said. which obviously is biased in some way, but legitimately that dude almost fucking killed Jeff. So in my mind, I don't have any sympathy for that dude or any good view of him anymore. And I used to love David Dobrik too. I used to love him too, dude. Actually, funny enough, I literally was watching David Dobrik one time, then I was watching Cody Ko, and I was like, David Dobrik and Cody Ko, because I was like, have these two ever collabed? And they did. Kind of wild. But yeah, I used to watch David Dobrik all the time, and it was really sad when that shit came out. He almost killed Jeff, and the shit with Dirty Dom, and all of that. Like, yeah. Anyways, sorry, total side note.
Sympathy.
I find your silence on the situation to be uncomfortable because I know that if Tana's allegations are true, then silence would be your only option, since telling the truth would be tantamount to confessing to a crime, and lying would put you at risk of being contradicted by a witness. And like I told you at the beginning, I'm not accusing you of committing a crime, but even—
Yeah, Gunner, listen, again, I said it at the end of the last video where we talked about Cody Ko. If you're sad about Cody Ko, okay, and you're like, damn, bro, I feel personally like I can't watch this dude anymore. I know there's gonna be motherfuckers like, I don't care, ha ha ha, you know, whatever. If you feel like, damn, bro, this is like really like fucking with my emotions, fucking with my empathy, I feel like I can't really watch Cody Ko, or at least there's gonna be like a huge stain on his content from here on out. Gunner, tap in, bro. Tap the flippin'. Yo, Lilith, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Purple. You're a flippin' real one. You're a flippin' real one. I appreciate you.
Even if what Tana says is false, your silence is still grossly incompetent at best. Why are you choosing the path that would be your only option if you were guilty? Now, some seem to think that you're not obligated to speak up, and maybe that's what people around you are telling you as well. But from one creator to another, you absolutely have an obligation to, at the very least, call out the misogyny, the victim blaming, and all manner of cognitive dissonance that's coming from your audience in the name of defending you against allegations that you're too cowardly to address. And to be clear, this is cowardice, because you demonstrate it whenever there's controversy afoot. Tana's further claims make it sound like you're terrified.
I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, I said, yeah. And like, he was like, my wedding's coming up.
You do have a history of making bad choices when you're terrified of people finding things out, like your history of using slurs.
5 nigga, 6 nigga, 7 nigga, 8 nigga, 9 nigga.
There's more clips than that, but the reason most people are blissfully unaware of them is because you posted your vague apology not on Twitter, not on YouTube, but on Patreon, despite acknowledging in your apology that the clips were surfacing on—
Hey, y'all, some old Vines where I say some really insensitive things have been surfacing on Twitter. They were really ignorant videos, and I wish I never made them. Last thing I'd want is for someone to feel alienated because of something stupid I said. It was a mistake, and I'm sorry I let you down, Cody.
On Twitter. This is one of many examples of your poor handling of controversy. Not many people know that you've already lost fans over an eerily similar topic.
God. Why, God? Why, God? Why, God, does this guy get to live in a mansion for reacting to Jubilee videos? And I'm out here doing all sorts of different stuff, trying to do something. My ass can't even, my ass gotta go to the Cravens menu on Taco Bell, bro. God, why? Why have you forsaken me? My bad, guys. That's my bad. My bad. My bad, brother. I'm sorry for cursing. Bomber, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you, brother. Little thank you again for the sub. Yeah, Chris pause videos just as much as Cody does. This is unfair. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's fine. Take a few inches off of me. Not my wiener. I don't need it inverted, okay? Well, you know, if you're going to take, you know, like an inch, and then it would be inverted. My bad, dude. Let me continue. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. This is a serious topic. I got to stop making wiener jokes. This is serious. Chris got canceled and goes missing the next day. The rumors are true. If I don't kill him, the rumors are false. Well, wiener. That sounds... It's for Cody Ko. Oh, FBI get his ass? Yeah. Isn't Cody 5'11"? No, he's like 5'8". Gosh, bro. Come on. Tap in. Gosh, tap in, buddy.
See, not many people
Actually, never mind. Don't.
know that you've already lost fans over an eerily similar topic. You used to frequently feature and promote your college friend Colby Leachman in your
Uh-oh!
videos until it came out that during your school days, Leachman's university put him on probation for, as a United States District Judge would later put it, the non-consensual videotaping of a sex act with another student, showing the video to other people, lying to the police about the video, and behaving horribly to that individual and at least one other woman. To make matters worse, the woman in the video also alleged that Leachman drugged her before the recording and that she hadn't actually consented to anything at all. You had this man in your videos. You were telling us to follow him on Instagram, and at some point you did wise up, so he's no longer part of your content, but he still seems like he's very much a part of your friend group. From the continued hangout since then to inviting him to your wedding just last year, people are under the impression that you're best friends with someone who, at best, committed an illegal sex act and at worst is an alleged rapist. And no matter how many times people rediscover this information over the years, you refuse to say anything at all. You could clarify this, but you won't. But now your cowardice has reached a new low. You've tried speaking and you've tried silence, and now you're choosing censorship. On your YouTube channel, where you've been pumping out content nearly every day now, I couldn't find a single comment on your last video about this situation.
Oh, but Instagram, I think you guys can see it. Instagram's like being like telling him to say something.
Not even one. Comparing that to the comment
Never thought I'd have to unfollow you of all people.
section on your Instagram, where every single comment I saw was about this, it's clear that you're heavily
The last one was trying to strike a chord.
censoring your audience on YouTube. But surely you must have realized the limits by now, since people have just transferred the conversation over to your wife's channel. The fact that her comment section is overrun due to your decision to stay silent about this.
Wait. Who? Sorry. I was reading chat.
Have realized the limits by now, since people have just transferred the conversation over to your wife's channel.
Oh my God, they're on Kelsey's channel. Oh.
The fact that her comment section is overrun due to your decision to stay silent about this should be all the proof you need that that decision was wrong. At this point, your silence and censorship are a response with disturbing implications. The only thing that I've seen this hidden portion of your audience asking for is the truth. So why aren't you telling it? And your silence isn't the only one that's bothering me either.
All these Reddit threads, like if my name's on any thread, it's all getting deleted.
I witnessed the heavy-handed moderation of your subreddit in real time as I researched this video. I would refresh the page and posts would suddenly be unapproved by moderators after.
Dude, shout out I'm Alex's mods. They literally, one of them posted was like, hey, we were going to delete the subreddit, but we really just want this to be here so that everyone can discuss everything that's happened and how I'm Alex is a piece of shit. I was like, yo, this dude's gangsta. What the fuck? Dude, Wilbur Suit, I'm pretty sure his subreddit went fucking face first over. Like, most content creator mods, at least recently on Reddit, have been crazy based weirdly total 180 of the normal Reddit mod. Now this is some Reddit mod behavior. Actually, it's kind of my show, so I'm just gonna remove this.
After racking up hundreds of comments, removed because they could, quote, instigate drama, or more commonly, just locked and or removed with no reason given whatsoever. I'm sure whoever is doing this thinks they're helping you, but you should probably tell them that they're making things look 10 times worse.
Yeah.
But it's not just your moderators, it's your friends and fellow YouTubers.
No, please. Please, no, don't tell me Noel. No, please, Noel, please.
Too. It's no coincidence that with the exception of the H3 podcast, I haven't seen a single channel over 1 million subscribers do so much as acknowledge that this situation exists. And I'm not talking about channels that never would have discussed something like this either. I mean the same channels that were rightfully calling out people like Dr. Disrespect for texting a minor, which are the same channels that are now completely ignoring a scenario with an even bigger creator being accused of doing something much worse. You can't say it's because the allegations are unconfirmed, because the channels that I'm talking about discuss rumors all the time, and this video is all the proof you need that there's still plenty to discuss even without making definitive statements. The general public may not know about the situation, but I promise you anyone who's online enough to run a YouTube channel does.
The amount of people in this industry who like want to protect him and are like talking to me in a way where it's like they, you know what I mean? Like, or even just friends like, but I love him.
The community's silence on this has been so staggering that people are now saying that commentary YouTube is a boys club, aka a male-dominated space that mistreats women while enabling and protecting men. And the truth is, Cody, whether you're guilty or not, you are being enabled to ignore this and protected from having to respond as an act of misogyny towards Tana Mojo. We both know that on our side of commentary YouTube, any man can easily elevate himself by dunking on misogynists in his content. And
yeah, I mean, here's the thing: you really like captivate an audience for sure. Like you or captivate and cultivate an audience. So like they're kind of a reflection of the content and shit that you do, you know. So yeah, if you're just constantly like dunking on feminists or like dunking like literally if your go-to dunks are like feminism, Hassan, and like I don't know what's another like easy dunkable thing, like shit like that, basically just like people that really you probably don't even need to dunk on, you know. I mean, I guess you can dunk on Hassan if you're really like annoyed with him for whatever reason. But if you're just like constantly doing that, you're gonna cultivate. And even if you dunk on other people, you know, that are of like the other side, you know, if you're dunking on like psychotic Trump supporters and shit like that, you're still gonna cultivate an audience that is very geared towards that. You know? If that makes any sense. I did a bad job of explaining it, but I think anyone that knows about like content creation and cultivating a community probably understands what I'm saying. I don't really have better words to describe it.
any man can easily elevate himself by dunking on misogynists in his content and espousing a generally feminist viewpoint. But if that viewpoint turns to silence the moment a situation is no longer cut and dry, then that viewpoint was a brand strategy.
Oh yeah, that is true too. Yeah, what he's saying in this video, like, yeah, if you're just dunking on Andrew Tate all the time, and Andrew Tate, Sneeko, let's see who's like other people, I guess like sort of Ben Shapiro, but that's kind of more like political bro shit, that kind of group, and then you cultivate this audience of these people, and then there's something that comes out about you or one of your close friends, and you don't acknowledge it, or you don't like handle it like a real human being, or in this scenario for Cody Co, like a man. Then yeah, it was a entire strategy for you. You didn't actually mean that shit.
Not a belief. The misogyny that we should be discussing is right here in the community, yet the only thing I'm hearing is a bitter, hollow silence.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, for my little bit of time in the react / sort of like commentary community sphere, at least I've been tapped into, yeah, dude, there's a lot. And I don't know if it's just because since my channel doesn't have that much of a following, all the little troglodytes can fucking cultivate themselves in my comment section. But there's a lot of people that have said, like, honestly, some of the most sexist, misogynist, and let's see, no, not racist. Actually, I haven't seen many racist comments. But yeah, like sexist and misogynist like comments in my comment section. And it's wild, bro. It's like straight up wild to me sometimes. And just hateful, vile shit. I mean, I guess that's kind of the whole thing with a lot of the commentary community, especially like commentary community that's still been around since like 2016, and we're used to days like that where people would just dunk on people and like say horrible things about them. I think that's why I like Oompaville, is because he kind of just like jokes about it. He's not like taking it really seriously. He's not like here being like, fuck this guy, he's so lame, screw this loser, like whatever. He's like lighthearted about it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It is the commentary community. I think there's a lot of like bright stars, but there's also a lot of like shitty people in there, whether that be the content creators themselves or the people that consume that content. Not all of them, obviously. I'm sure it's like a small minority that are like getting recommended my videos and feel the need to be absolute pieces of shit, but that's just my personal experience.
That you have the power to end. I said it in the beginning, I said it in the middle, and I'll end with this. One person's testimony does not give me the right to accuse you of doing anything illegal, but I can point out the facts. It's a fact that you and Tana were around each other during the years she specified, as seen in your uncomfortable collab videos, which are still online. It's a fact that Gabby Hanna has made claims that seem to corroborate Tana's allegations against you. And it's a fact that you are suppressing your audience's knowledge of these allegations by censoring your YouTube comment section. These things may not prove Tana's allegation, but you better believe that they contextualize them in a way that you need to address. And you still have every right to address this, even now. If you have a side of the story that we're missing, then tell it. If I have my facts wrong, say something. Nobody should ever be denied the right to tell the truth, no matter what. I'm sure we can all agree that everyone should have the right to speak their truth, but that's exactly why I couldn't just sit here and watch the whole world tell Tana that it doesn't apply to her. Regardless of the truth of the situation, I'm just so disappointed either way. That is all. Goodbye, Cody.
Oh shit, that's it? Oh, this isn't... I didn't mean to have this on my watch later playlist. Yo, insane. What are the comments saying here, dude? Just because someone isn't a perfect victim doesn't mean they aren't a victim. Oh, yo, that's real. Putting an apology behind a paywall is insanely bizarre and ignorant. Dude, if the Watcher dudes did that after their whole situation, internet would have lost their shit. Just because she's Tana doesn't excuse the fact that she was literally a minor and he was 25. As a 25-year-old, the idea of wanting to be with a 17-year-old is completely alien and gross. That's a kid. They haven't even left high school. They're still excited for prom. I have a mortgage. We are in different worlds. Yes, dude. He has a kid. She was a kid. Dude, yo, I don't even want to see some brain-dead fucking idiot. I almost just let the reword fly, dude, on stream. Holy shit. I'm not ready to go down that far of a rabbit hole of myself yet to start saying that on stream. But if you're that much of a brain dead idiot to not realize that Cody Co has fuck you, I never need to work another day in my life, and my kid and my kids' kids don't have to work another day in their life money, you're fucking dumb. You don't pay any attention, dude. These motherfuckers were raking in literally, like, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember the numbers correctly, in 2020, $100,000 a month on their fucking Patreon. That's not counting AdSense. That's not counting brand deals. That's not count. This dude has fuck you money. This dude has fuck you money. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be like, oh, but he has a kid. That's why I'm going to keep watching him. No. That's not why you keep watching him. No. Notice these men preying on girls aren't befriending 16-year-old boys as their peers. It's almost like they actually understand 16-year-olds are children. Jess Pected? Was that one of the people that covered this? Look him up on the YouTube website that we saw you use. What? Did you hear the drama on Twitter? There's always drama on Twitter. Which one? Bunch of furries hacked the website called the Heritage Found. Oh, Project 25? Yeah, that's kind of fire. I'm not going to lie, dude. From what I understand of that whole situation, yeah, it's kind of fire. Gabby Hanna really lived enough to see herself become the hero for once. Yo. Cody texting Tana asking if they're good was his cowardly frat boy way of acknowledging that this situation really happened. Yeah, I mean, if that's true, oh, that's not a good look for my boy. Yeah. I shouldn't say my boy. My bad, dude. It's not a good look for Cody. Okay, as a woman who had hooked up with grown men as a teenager, I thought it was cool at the time, but you feel so gross about it when you look back on it as an adult. You realize how messed up it was that grown men wanted to do that with you. Yes. Dude, that's the thing. Even if Tana wanted to have sex with Cody Co, he should have realized that was wrong. She consented. Literally the point of underage laws is that minors are too young to ever consent to those acts with an adult. Are people dumb? Yes. I guarantee you if this YouTube video does well, my YouTube video, there will be idiots that are defending this. It'll be the same type of comments as the Dr. Disrespect videos. So just get like dislike bombed. I wanted to watch Moist Critical's take on this. Oh my god, if you look up Moist, it's literally the first thing that comes up. I mean, I know that's not his actual name. But
Cody Co is a YouTuber that probably doesn't need an introduction. I don't need to read the Wikipedia article explaining to you who he is and lore dumping. I'm sure most...
It's crazy that this video has 4.6 million views, by the way. Insane. There's no way that he can just ignore it. Like, there's no way, dude.
You are at least loosely familiar with his content. He's been very
What's up,
large
Dr.
on the
Stars?
platform for years now. And recently, some disturbing allegations have come out against him. Now, the allegations against him aren't exactly brand new. They're not, fresh off the battle bus, hot drop in here out of nowhere. They've actually existed for a little while now, but never actually received a lot of coverage or a lot of attention. Kind of just been sidelined with people not knowing about it or not talking about it until yesterday when another YouTuber named D'Angelo Wallace gave some amazing coverage breaking down the entire situation here and going,
Yeah, I don't know, Chucky. I don't know. I got 4 hours and 41 minutes till my college football 25 finishes downloading. Ended getting an Xbox Series X. Dude, hell yeah.
over everything that Cody Co is accused of.
Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo.
Yikes. Yeah, that's some pretty awful shit right there. That's a huge allegation that actually has a lot
I'm sorry, Lilith. I'm sorry that happened to you, homie.
of evidence backing it up, which D'Angelo Wallace covers in great detail in this video. It's not some imaginary nothing burger that someone squeaked out between their butt cheeks to try and ruin Cody Co. It's a serious accusation that appears to have a lot of evidence about it.
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now.
I think that's a great point. Even though these are still allegations with nothing that's been proven, since there is so much supporting evidence around the claims, it definitely is something that needs to be examined thoroughly because it is a huge deal.
And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my god, no one look at me, Cody Co. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that.
This clip started making the rounds, and people were understandably perturbed, because if Tana Mojo was 17, you would
I didn't even catch that this dude said perturbed. That's wild.
have been 25. So people started speculating, and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Co when I was 17 and he was 25.
I'm going to go ahead and break down these numbers here because it seems like people are starting to struggle with math, like teriology starting to pop off with 1 times 1 equaling 2 and all of that. I'm just going to go ahead and explain this. 17 is less than 18. Thus, that is below the age of consent and is a crime. And I already have seen comments on this situation about 17, who gives a fuck? That's basically 18 anyway. And it's the same dog shit, brain dead, concerning mentality, like your hard drive needs to be investigated type shit that we saw with Dr. Disrespect.
This is my glorious king right here. This is my glorious king right here.
Where they're like, no one should really care that Dr. Disrespect was talking inappropriately with a 17-year-old. Even though, once again, you absolute fucking Cro-Magnon, there is no evidence that Dr. Disrespect ever talked to a 17-year-old. Not even he said that. It had only ever been stated as a minor. Everyone around Dr. Disrespect never mentioned 17. It's actual delusional fantasy.
Trying to strike a chord, and I thought it was 16 for age of consent. Confused. So each state, it breaks down by law in each state. California, it's 18 years old. There's no leeway. And then, depending on the state, there is an age, like, limited-wise. So, most states, if the age of consent is 16, the farthest you can be away from it, at least if I'm understanding it correctly, is, like, 2 years. So, I'm not sure if that's 2 years removed from 16, so 18, or if it's 2 years removed from 18, so 20, right? So no matter what, even if California's law was 16, Cody Co would have been at minimum unless it's like a crazy state where it's like 4. I would say probably like on average it's 2, at least from the chart that I looked at. So he would be at minimum 5 years removed, and at maximum amount, what would that be, like 3 years removed from that? So yeah,
Land Narnia type shit where people are trying to defend him by saying it was actually a 17-year-old,
on God, Bomber, on God,
364 days old, which is absolute fucking barnacles. Like, that's a load of fish paste. And even still, it's bad. I don't know how we've devolved so much where all of a sudden 17 is now something people try and justify. So like in this case right here, you'll have some drooling, stinky, bumbling morons in the comments saying how it's not a big deal because 17 shouldn't be an issue. You know, like, age of consent over in this region is actually 16, so really, he waited till she was old. Like, it's craziness. It's actually craziness. It is a crime. It is a minor. Still, it's bad.
Trying to strike a chord?
Like, I don't know why that needs to be explained all of a sudden. Now, something D'Angelo Wallace does make a point of here is pointing out that Tana Mongeau is not well liked. I am sure if you've been on YouTube for any length of time, you've heard her name and seen a lot of less than stellar things about her. She has a history of lying and putting on a lot of bad stuff and bad behavior. However, when it comes to this claim, this doesn't appear to be something that she's just lying about for clout to try and elevate her platform on the back of Cody Ko's good name or anything like that. This is a story that's been told even a few years in the past about this situation here. So this isn't something that she just pulled out of thin air. This is actually an allegation that has existed for a long time that is only just now starting to surface.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that Tana Mongeau is accusing you of statutory rape, and she's not trying to hide that.
This isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage. Watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really, really bad.
Really, really bad indeed. Pardon my potty mouth here, but this is fucking disgusting. Like, this is by far the most...
I'm sorry for swearing.
...compelling piece of evidence presented because this is a completely separate third-party individual coming forward now with the same story years ago. Exactly how Tana described it. Finding this clip was huge. I don't even know how it was unearthed. Huge props for finding this ancient artifact, because apparently it had been scrubbed from like everywhere. I don't even know how you would have even gone about finding something like this, but I really think it is an important piece to this story. It's a very strong piece of evidence, and it should hopefully showcase that this isn't just something Tana is making up on the spot for attention or anything like that. This is something that has been talked about for years. There's a lot of comments that get shown in the video with people shitting on Tana for bringing this up, like, oh, this is prehistoric. Why would you ever bring this up now? You just want attention, you absolute harpy. Oh, who cares? This is bullshit. It's all a lie anyway. All you do is lie. Liar, liar, plants for hire. You harlot. Those kind of comments, like unhinged people about this.
It's been, I believe, 8 years, right?
And I really think that this Gabby Hanna clip that's been provided should shut that garbage down. Of course, it doesn't prove 100%, the authenticity of everything. As D'Angelo Wallace also explains, these are still allegations. But that is a pretty substantial piece of evidence there that should at least show why this needs to be talked about and should absolutely be addressed directly by Cody.
People make accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to prove or disprove, unfortunate as that may be. But when somebody makes an allegation and they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out, that's not something I can just ignore. In a situation that cannot be proven, corroboration by a third party goes a long way. I'm not accusing you of committing a crime, but even if what Tana says is false, your silence is still grossly incompetent at best.
It really is a pretty bad strategy here. This isn't something John Madden would draw up in the playbook.
Oh, Loth, you're good. You're good.
Burying his head in the sand and hoping that the
Also, yeah, Chucky. Yeah, it would definitely be hard. Yeah, it would be an uphill battle for sure.
storm blows through doesn't exactly work in a situation like this. I mean, I guess it has up till this point, since so few people were aware of it. But now that it's being talked about more and more, I do think that he's going to need to come forward about all of it. There is quite a bit of time in the video dedicated to the community's response to the allegations, because it is bad how, like, viewers have responded to all of this. Basically, and it is a good point that D'Angelo Wallace made, because Tana Mongeau is widely disliked by the broader YouTube audience, when she was the one putting these claims out there, people attacked her, like dogpiled her for saying things like this. Like, they jumped on her like she had just, killed a puppy in front of them. Like, people responded to her in the worst possible way with these allegations. And Tana made a really good point where she said if this was any other YouTuber she was talking about, one that wasn't as highly regarded as Cody, the response would be completely...
Oh, he's highly regarded, all right.
...completely different, where she'd be getting sympathetic messages and support for coming forward with her experience. But because it's Cody, it's been a biblical smackdown in the comments against her, which is just like a crazy response to something.
Chat, who could we put in the situation that everyone would be like, oh my God, you're so right. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like, there's probably like a bajillion. I just can't think of a really good one off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of content creators. Like, around the same size as Cody, too. Like, like at least like 5 million plus subs.
Thing like this. I mean, there were some lunatics there, like genuinely hateful people saying like the most misogynistic shit you could find in the comment section about this, because she dared come forward with her experience and talk about that situation. Now, again, yes, they are allegations. Nothing has been proven, but there is a lot of evidence here that should at the very least get a response from Cody Co about all of this. And it's not like he's not aware of what's happening. As pointed out in this video, he is seemingly censoring his YouTube comment section.
And now,
Sanity, what's up, homie? How are you, bro? I'm amazing. I cannot complain. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of a hard situation to hop in the middle of. Poor Austin over here was trying to figure shit out earlier too. Yeah.
now you're choosing censorship. On your YouTube channel, where you've been pumping out content nearly every day now, I couldn't find a single comment on your last video about this situation. Not even one. Comparing that to the comment section on your Instagram, where every single comment I saw was about this, it's clear that you're heavily censoring your audience on YouTube.
I actually went and checked this myself, because this is a Lego build that you can follow along with at home. I went to his latest upload and clicked newest in the comment section, because surely you'd see some now after this is being blown up into a huge story. But even when filtering on his newest upload by newest comments, I still only found a couple of comments that referenced this. So it really does seem like it's being heavily censored in the YouTube comments. Because with how big the story is, you would expect a lot of them, especially when you look at his Instagram. But somehow, nothing on YouTube? Yeah, that's very suspicious. That definitely smells like he is censoring the comments there. So it's not like he doesn't know what's going on here. Tana also said that he had reached out at some point, kind of
Man, Cody Co Snapchat stories. He finna pull a David Dobrik, bro. He finna pull a David Dobrik. Hey guys, yeah. So like, if y'all really rock with me still, it's Fuck With Me Friday. Y'all still fuck with me? Like, add me on Snap. Haha, for real. Add my story. Follow it up. Fuck, dude. I need to buy my 4th mansion. Okay, so tap it on the Snapchat. I will not be uploading to this YouTube channel.
About this, saying like, "Are we good?" So it's not something that he's just
for the rest of the week. Glenn, chill. House sitting for my parents. Oh hell yeah, Sanity. Yeah, I was 18 at the time. I'm very dumb at that. Another rug, and he got out free, even though he confessed. Video proof. There was medic proof. Oh my God, Lilith. I'm sorry, homie. That's fucking horrible. Wonder what Kelsey will do. Yeah, that's... I feel bad for Kelsey. Yeah, Austin. It's a bad situation.
Unaware of, and that's why he hasn't addressed it. D'Angelo Wallace also points out how he's responded to things in the past, like he paywalled an apology.
Oh, military guys? Yeah, I brushed shoulders with a military guy who was a horrible piece of shit human being. Whole part of Chris lore, previous Chris lore that, yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm not trying to shit on all military dudes, you know? I'm sure there's some real sweethearts out there. I'm sure I probably know a couple real sweetheart military men, but yeah, they definitely got some disturbed individuals cooking it up. Yeah. Been busy couple of weeks on the farm. We're in 17 calves born in one morning. Holy flip, dude. I'm so confused about how Dobrik got his mansion in Hollywood when that house is worth more than his whole net worth. Probably because things that tell you people's net worths are wildly inaccurate on the internet. I remember one time I looked up Dan, the old singer of Real Friends' net worth, and it said $30 million. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, come to find out, this dude works at a coffee shop, bro. That's literally, he's like, yeah, guys, so I've just been working at a coffee shop since I left Real Friends. Hey, buddy, if you got 30 mil, you ain't working at a coffee shop, okay? No clowning on. Man, dude, I miss that guy's vocals. Oh, my God. He seems like such a nice dude. I rated him a couple times on Twitch. He's mad chill like that. But, yeah, dude, that shit's always so far off. Anyways, sorry, total side note.
Apology for, like, points out how he's responded to things in the past. Like, he paywalled an apology for like an old clip that surfaced where he was using a slur. So he's talking about like the history of responding poorly to situations that Cody finds himself in. And then he brought up this, which I'd never heard of.
Not many people know that you've already lost fans over an eerily similar topic. You used to frequently feature and promote your college friend Colby Leachman in your videos, until it came out that during your school days, Leachman's university put him on probation for, as a United States District Judge would later put it, the non-consensual videotaping of a sex act with another student, showing the video to other people, lying to the police about the video, and behaving horribly to that individual and at least one other woman. To make matters worse, the woman in the video also alleged that Leachman drugged her before the recording and that she hadn't actually consented to anything at all. You had this man in your videos. You were telling us to follow him on Instagram, and at some point you did wise up, so he's no longer part of your content, but he still seems like he's very much a part of your friend group. From the continued hangout since then to inviting him to your wedding just last year, people are under the impression that you're best friends with someone who, at best, committed an illegal sex act and at worst is an alleged rapist. And no matter how many times people rediscover this information over the years, you refuse to say anything at all.
That is baffling to me. Like, it's one thing to be friends with someone who turns out to be a monster, but once you learn that they're a monster, that's where it should stop. I've said this before. If my best friend Matt turned out to have like a secret double life, you know, a Jekyll and Hyde situation where Matt goes out there and he does something truly heinous, I would cut them out of my life. I wouldn't be able to go forward being friends with someone like...
Dude, Chad, I've mentioned it before. That, like, literally very similar scenario happened in my life. Cut the person out. I saw the person like a brother. I didn't know that shit was going on, dude. But I heard about that. That person's gone from my life, dude. I don't understand why it's so fucking difficult to be like, hey, dude, yeah, you did a horrible fucking thing. I can't be friends with you anymore. Like... Well, you know?
Like that. You know, giving him a fist bump saying, hey, we're still bubble buddies, bro. Like, I couldn't do that. So it's so weird to me that Cody can, and when people have talked about it in the past, apparently Cody has just ignored it. That is very, very odd.
I haven't seen a single channel over 1 million subscribers do so much as acknowledge that this situation exists. And I'm not talking about channels that never would have discussed something like this either. I mean the same channels that were rightfully calling out people like Dr. Disrespect for texting a minor, which are the same channels that are now completely ignoring a scenario with an even bigger creator being accused of doing something much worse.
D'Angelo Wallace makes a point a couple times in this video about the silence on this subject being staggering, considering in the YouTube
Hey, Purple, appreciate you. You're a real one.
ecosystem, there's tons of commentary channels that'll cover a wide variety of topics, sometimes rumors that aren't nearly this serious, you know, like a 2-part docuseries on that time Markiplier allegedly pooped without peeing. Or, in my case, I'll make a whole rant going over how aliens probably aren't visiting us via theoretical warp drives to haunt our boners. And
What?
yet, somehow, a story that
They aren't? What the fuck?
this serious just slips through the cracks and didn't have many people talking about it until very recently. So I'd like to at least take a quick moment here to explain why I hadn't covered it. Now, I did hear the whispers about this Cody Co allegation about a week ago now.
About a week ago. What was it a week ago? My bad.
Where someone in stream chat had mentioned, hey, have you heard what Cody Co apparently did with Tana Mojo? And on stream, I asked what they were talking about because I hadn't heard shit about that. Eventually, another chatter explained that I could find more information about it on Reddit because a conversation was starting to develop around those allegations. So I made like a note of it and then went to bed. The following day, I got home pretty late and then went to follow up on things from the previous night. Because sometimes during stream, I'll make like tabs about what people are telling me to look up. I don't do React content on stream or anything anymore, so if it's like a video that people are recommending I check out to get caught up on something or whatever, I'll make a tab for that video and then watch it when I get back to the following day. And when it came to the Cody Co thing with the Reddit post, by the time I got to it, it was deleted. So I kind of assumed that maybe the claims were just baloney, and I didn't see a whole lot of chatter about it. I saw a couple of tweets that loosely talked around it, vaguely, and I just didn't look into it deeper than that. And I recognize now that that was a mistake, so I'm sorry for that.
Chat, what y'all talking about? You being freaky in chat right now. This is a serious conversation.
But I just didn't find a lot of information at the time until, of course, last night when D'Angelo Wallace posted the video covering all of this. So I know the speculation has been made that the reason people aren't talking about the Cody Co situation is because he's a channel that a lot of people respect and is friends with a lot of the community. So no one wants to speak out against their friend or a channel that they respect so much, thus they're trying to help, bury it or not let it, erupt into the mainstream. For me, that wasn't the case. When I went looking for the info after that stream, I didn't find anything, and I didn't do a big enough dive on it to access it, so I just kind of stopped looking, which, again, was a mistake, clearly. I've talked about Cody Co's content in the past. I've liked his content. I respected him as a content creator, but I'd never say that we were friends or anything. I went on his podcast one time, and I think we only ever talked in Twitter DMs once as well. We weren't exactly like inseparable friends, the best of pals and buddies or anything. Like, I imagine if we walked by each other in a crowded mall, we'd do one of these to each other, and that'd probably be the end of it. This isn't some kind of story that I was avoiding or anything like that. I just truly didn't do enough digging on it because, as D'Angelo Wallace does mention, this story has been pretty successfully buried for the most part, where a lot of people just weren't aware of it, and I didn't do due diligence to become aware of it. But luckily, D'Angelo Wallace did, and created this great video going over all of it. So I wanted to talk about this because obviously it's a very serious situation. Cody Co absolutely should come forward to explain all of it, and if there is another side to this story, tell it. If it's wrong, set the record straight. It's a very upsetting story here that at the very least needs to be addressed by Cody publicly. This can't be another paywalled apology situation or anything like that.
Don't go on the TMG website. Don't go on the TMG website on the members only tab and be like, I'm so sorry, guys. I should have said something earlier.
That this should definitely be something that he comes forward and actually talks about. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
Insane, bro. Insane. Cody Co, when he sees this video is 17 minutes. Trying to strike a chord. Every week, a YouTuber is revealed to be a predator. Notice these men preying on girls aren't befriending 16-year-old boys as their peers. It's almost like they actually understand 16-year-olds are children. Just cooked. Apparently, this resonates with a lot of people, and honestly, that's good, dude. That's good, bro. When you're 17, you feel so old and mature, but when you're 25, it's so obvious that 17-year-old is a child. It's nasty and predatory. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I mean, thinking about it now, dude, I was a way different human being when I was 17. Was not mature at all. I can't even fucking recognize that human being. Why the fuck is it so difficult for people to not have sexual relations with someone under 18? That's what I'm saying. Another celebrity another celebrity fails the don't touch a minor any percent speed run. Doesn't matter if 17 is close to 18. He was messing with a high schooler. Ooh. I'm 25 right now and teach at a high school. I see 17 to 18-year-old girls every day, and when I hear about stories like this, it makes me physically sick to think that someone my age would look at these children with sexual intent. The oh shit, thanks for telling me to have sex with a minor anyway combo is actually insane. Yeah. But I don't really have anything else to say, man. I think Moist and D'Angelo said it perfectly, bro. Said everything perfectly. It's just a shame, dude. I love Cody Co. I love Tiny Me Gang. I love Noel, dude. I still love Noel. It's said that probably Noel most likely won't say something about this, and I'm probably going to feel very off about that for a while. Maybe he will, though. Maybe he will. He seems like somebody that keeps it a buck a lot. Yeah, dude.